Hello there, boys and girls. We're coming off our first loss, unfortunately, but
It was great.
for the first time since the first video, we have 11 players finally on our roster. No more loners.
Yay, fantastic news. I can't wait until we have more loners.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have a lot of loners today because our matchup today is against Khorne. Oh,
Ooh.
And fucking look at that. Okay, so if you were paying attention to the thread in between, we bought a player called the Elven Cheerleader, and along with that, we had a little bit of money left over, so I bought the Cheerleader unit. When you get that kickoff event, it's a 6, I guess, called Cheering Fans. You roll dice. It's affected by your fame, which is a whole different thing, but because I got the +1 from the Cheerleader, it meant that my opponent Veloxyll and his Khorne team didn't get a free reroll, so it's already starting to pay for itself.
For the record, I've been going on about a cheerleader in the thread every infrequent time that I've posted, and the entire time since I saw that cheerleader reroll, I've been sitting here with my arms in the air screaming triumphantly.
I don't know why it always happens. Last thread, everyone wanted a cheerleader forever, and by the time we finally got one, like, from then on, before then, it never affected any of the roles. They were always the same as if a cheerleader hadn't existed, but as soon as I bought one, from that point on, it always affected the roles in my favor.
And how much are rerolls for elves? Like 70k?
That sounds about right.
Yeah, this was a 10,000 gold one.
Mm-hmm.
Sick.
So, as we prepare to punch Asshole Tony, Khorne are kind of a punchy, but also kind of
No!
Oh no.
Oh no, not my...
Oh no.
How could this happen?
Oh no.
You didn't APO him?
No, I'm not.
What
He's
the
a 0.
It's Asshole Tony!
He's a 0 SPP lineman, and it's turn 1 against Khorne.
He's the heart of our team.
We'll talk about him in a second. For now,
I'm so upset.
Khorne, the heart of the Khorne team is the player who's rolled Wild Animal. That is the Bloodthirster. He's obviously a big dude. It's actually I think the biggest model in the game. So he's definitely a big guy, and along with that comes the nega trait Wild Animal. So when he wants to move around, he has to roll a 3+ or a 4+. And if he fails the 4+, then he doesn't get to move, but he doesn't lose his tackle zones as opposed to like a bonehead or a really stupid. But in this case, he tries to blitz, rolls a 1 on the Wild Animal, because if you try to punch or blitz, it's a 2+. And because he rolls a 1, he doesn't get to move. And so now Veloxyll and his team, Frenzy Plus, they are done throwing blocks for the day.
I've been wanting elves to die for so long, but not Tony.
Not that elf?
No.
The one elf that you liked?
There's 2 that I like.
Who's the second?
The stunned guy. 2 skinks in a trench coat. So
There's
sad.
still plenty of time for 2 skinks to stand
No,
up
you
and
don't
get...
say that. I'm gonna. God, I have an Asshole Tony shrine in my broom closet.
That's not weird.
Not at all. It's totally rational. He's so good looking.
So, obviously, Asshole Tony being minus movement is not great. It goes down from 6 to 5. That's not the end of the world, but the reality of the situation is that he has 0 SPP, and if he gets replaced by alignment, like, literally nothing of value is lost.
No. You bastard.
So, that's the thread's call as to whether or not we would like to replace Asshole Tony with another person, and we'll vote on that.
Well, I'm gonna lead the charge. He's staying on the team. He's a mascot.
So for now, the Bloodthirster, he comes with a bunch of skills that make him a great big guy killer. It's a great overall unit, but he's a big guy, and he's also really expensive, are kind of the downfalls of that. But he comes with a lot of good big guy killing skills, which we probably won't see much of. He gets Frenzy, and in fact, his big guy has Juggernaut, which I don't even think ever gets used, but I'll talk about it if it comes up. Along with the Bloodthirster, you can see Klingfilm and Roy Orbison is one of them. There are characters called Bloodletters who get horns, which will become relevant later, and they have great access, but they're a unit that, because they have great skill access, they get a lot better over time. So right now they're not that good. They don't really have skills, but like presumably in the future they'd be really great.
Yeah, but they find themselves in a really unique position with Khorne, because like all of their 5 important players like all have regen.
Yeah, that's true.
And an APO. Yeah, I mean the rest of their team's kind of gimmicky and weird, but just the core of the team is pretty difficult to deal with, and they're all just incredible blitzers. Just out of the box, you don't need to get them blocked before they're effective. They don't suffer that lizard pitfall of sucking pre-1400 or so. Pretty fun team.
The rest of the team is defending myself versus Grandpa, the Khorne Herald there, and all of the rest of these characters, they're called pit fighters. They all come with Frenzy. So over half of his team, all but 4 of his players all have Frenzy. So that means when I'm standing next to him, I'm taking a lot of punches.
Yeah, and it works really well against any teams that rush into dodge, because I keep saying Frenzy is like pseudo tackle. It just gives you so many more dice to roll, and he's got block on almost half his team at this point too. They're kind of a grinder for elves.
Yeah, they're because they have Frenzy, and because Frenzy works a lot better when everyone's spread out, like I am, like with elves. So if all of his players are standing next to all my players, he'd be throwing Frenzy blocks with each one of these guys. Versus like a cage, where if all of our players were heavily caged up, it'd be kind of hard for him to get in there, because if the follow-up is into a bad spot, then he could be easily frenzy trapping himself.
But you can't really even try to defend against the Frenzy game as elves.
No.
If he starts to trap you up, he's just going to grind through you, and it's not going to get pretty. It's just going to get real bad real quick.
I do have Suicide Tank and Zanzibar who have Sidestep, which makes things really nice, but...
He's hitting the dragon?
He's going straight for the dragon.
He's a monster.
So yeah, the Bloodthirster is, obviously he's 5 strength, and he has horns, which for both the Blood Letters and the Khorne Herald and the Bloodthirster, when they blitz, they get artificially, when they make the block, they get a +1 to the block. So a strength 3 player in the Blood Letter could just run up to one of the elves and blitz them and get a 2dB, because they'd be essentially 4 strength.
This Bloodthirster is such a cool model. I really like that model.
Everything he does is amazing. The touchdown is amazing. The kickoff, which we'll get to see later, is amazing. And he's just a cool dude. He's so gigantic that players standing directly behind him can get lost up sometimes.
You just can't see them. They're hiding.
So I'm trying to figure out if it's possible to surf defend it myself versus Grandpa, but it doesn't appear to be so. Without making a bunch of dodges, so... For now, since he's heavily caged up like we saw in the Undead match, I'm just going to do what comes naturally, which is to screen up and not get punched.
And apparently try to thin the field a little bit.
Yeah, take a couple shots if I have.
Does he have... Yeah, he has exactly 11 players? No, he has 12.
12.
Yeah, that sucks. I was going to say, if he has exactly 11, you could try to just go for parity on player count while stalling his drive, but that's not good.
So I'm going to do you a favor. I'm going to try to bust out 2 skinks and a trench coat.
Yes!
So because I managed to knock this guy down, 2 skinks can make the easy 2+ dodge away. And because I have 4 rerolls, oh my god. Elven Cheerleader, welcome to the team.
Elven Cheerleader, double welcome to the team. Wow.
I'm a big fan. Any player that shows that kind of moxie.
Yeah, exactly. The Elven Cheerleader, that player right there has just injured a player on his first ever action, and he got you a reroll. Yeah. It's the same one. They're playing double duty.
Okay, so, like I said in the thread, there's a model for the cheerleader in addition to giving the +1. There's also a model that stands around on the sideline, and we're going to get, trust me, we're going to get...
At the halftime?
And at the end of every score.
Oh, I didn't realize it showed at the end of every score, too.
Yep. Ooh. Oh, you're not gonna miss this. It's...
Oh god, I dread the moment.
It's like the halfling one is kind of cute. It's like chefs boiling their soup or whatever, mixing up a stew. It's pretty nice, but I'm not a fan of the pro elf one. But you voted for it, so it is now law.
Of course.
There's no going back.
Nope, it is what it is. If only we could find a way to recruit Pants Elf onto the team.
I think he's a wood elf catcher, actually, if I remember the model correctly.
Maybe. I mean, if we could just take a wood elf catcher, I'd be fine with that.
Well, we do now finally, because of the addition of Elven Cheerleader, we do have 4 elf catchers, so we're, as far as players are concerned, we're basically at maximum elf.
Oh yeah, but I like wood elf catchers better.
I don't, because they're 2 strength.
But, sprint.
We can get sprint. We can pick sprint as a level if we so desire.
Yeah, you can take plus strength on a wood elf catcher.
Once again, Berg, your flawless logic has rendered me speechless.
My logic it's incredible, frankly. That's all it is. It's incredible.
I don't see a problem there.
You can't even argue it.
So, thanks Negatraits. Once again, the wild animal eats up a surf or eats up a blitz, and this turn no elves are getting punched, and that's good.
So that's nothing in 2 turns.
Mm-hmm.
2 of his 3 movements, both ignoring the Negatrait because he's doing it correctly, both got eaten up.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the downside of the big guy is if he rolls one single one, then it's all over.
It's the downside of being reliant on a big guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, if you're gonna rely on a big guy, you'd absolutely do it with the Bloodthirster, because he's the best big guy. There's no real question. The Bloodthirster is the best big guy.
No, that's not a question. That's definitely true. The Bloodthirster is he's head and shoulders above every other big guy. I was gonna say that I like some other big guys. I like Croxagors because they're hard to get away from.
Yeah.
And you can actually just move in with them and not rely on blitzes with them, which is what tends to completely fuck you over.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, I'm not saying that he's the only good big guy, but I am saying that he's the best big guy.
Oh, yeah, unquestionably. What a player.
So, the Khorne again are pretty heavily entrenched, but I kind of want to be a little more aggressive. Coming off of that last match, where Undead just sort of caged up and basically rode our face down the pitch, I think I want to be a little more aggressive with these guys, especially because of the frenzy, which in this case would be a frenzy handicap, because if I can get guys next to Uneducation the Ball Carrier, I can sidestep around and just make his life general hell, basically.
Yeah, I think I like a different approach for this drive, though. I think I would probably kind of force him into scoring quickly, rather than trying to screen him out and actually prevent the score. Because he did receive in the first half. You can get it back with 3 or 4 turns. You're in a really good spot, receiving in the second half. I probably wouldn't try to defend too hard here and just try and make him score quickly.
Yeah, but on the same side, I guess on the other hand, I don't want him to score ever.
Yeah, I just think it's hard for you to stop this team. That's all.
You want to bet on it?
Okay, yeah, says the guy
kidding.
with forethought. Like, you already know what's happening.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, I could get scored on, like, literally this turn. He could hand off to the Bloodthirster and just, like,
That would be the
away.
greatest touchdown in Blood Bowl history. That's not true. The Ram touchdown in Yappo's LP was the best. This would be the second best.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can say that it's not going to happen. But, yeah, there's definite merit to playing super serious, like, play-to-win elves. There's definitely merit to letting them score as quickly as possible. And so here you can see...
Juggernaut comes into play here.
Yeah, the frenzy sidestep decisions are pretty good. So I want to be where that guy is to be able to face mark Uneducation, but unfortunately...
Oh no, he gets the POW.
If you roll 6s, that kind of gets in the way of the plans.
Well, it's about time. He earned a 6. He's put in his time on the 1s.
Oh, so also we should mention that the Bloodthirster has Claw, which is a skill that no matter who you punch, you basically turn their armor value into armor value 7. And normally that's great against like big guys who are like strength 5, armor value 9, who are built to never die. You can basically run up and like 2DB them and make them armor value 7. But when your whole team, like elves, is armor value 7, then it just doesn't do anything. So in this case...
Blitzers are 8, aren't they?
The Blitzers are 8, so
yeah.
This is the one time that Claw actually gets to work.
And did he just...
Yeah, he just fouled me.
Did he just foul you?
He just fouled me.
Oh my god, I love Veloxyll.
Why would you like that?
Because fuck Suicide Tank. I like fouling. Fouling makes me happy. It's my happy place. Oh. But Bloodthirsters are just giant cruise missiles with wings.
Mm-hmm.
They are fantastic. I love them. They just jump in other big guys' faces, and with horns turn everything into a 2DB. They get Claw's Mighty Blow, piling on, just with normal rolls, really quickly. Terrifying creatures.
They're really fun to play as well. So, the obvious decision there, I get a free 1DB on the Ball Carrier, and the Ball Carrier doesn't have block. So that's like a 50% chance to just knock that guy down, and then I have so many players who could just run away. Unfortunately, I roll one of the, I guess, 3 rolls that means that I don't knock that guy down. And Zanzibar burns that reroll on, like, the easiest dodge in the world.
Oh, does that guy in the middle not even have block?
No, he does. He's nothing.
Why did he give it to the block guy?
I think that guy has 3
non-block.
SPP.
Oh, okay.
So he's looking to level.
Fair enough. Greedy against elves.
Yeah, the thing about Khorne is because they're all so expensive, especially the Bloodthirster. To get to the TV that we're at now, where we have like 2-3 skills on all of our important players, he has 5 skills total on his whole team.
Well, he has 6, and 1's a stat up, and an extra player.
5 and a plus agility, and so
how are you doing this?
The loose cannon is just gonna go fucking huge on this. It's the minus movement on that guy, and they get regen. So regen is a skill that is normally left for undead teams, but basically you roll a d6, and if you get a 4 or better, that player just doesn't get the injury happen to them. So you can like regenerate to death, or sometimes you just don't, and you just die. Yeah,
and he got the bird regen roll. Mm-hmm. That's I never regen, never.
Also, as I was saying that loose cannon was going huge, I looked over at the chat and it was me saying the loose cannon going huge. So I just read my own mind there. So yeah, what would I say in that situation? Of course I would say that he's going huge.
Oh yeah, he's going huge. He's a real player.
He went huge and it appeared to pay off.
Yeah. Looks fine so far. This I hope this Bloodthirster just hits Zanzibar. He just says fuck the ball. Just blitzes Zanzibar. +4 fouls him. That's Blood Bowl. That's not going to happen. Okay.
He is going to do a little bit of tricky chain pushing.
Ooh, that will make Yappo very happy.
Mm-hmm. I didn't intentionally put Rip Guy Who Died there. It was part of the punching process, but he just happened to end up there. So I gave Veloxyll the pretty easy chain push fuckery, and now the ball carrier is no longer standing next to tackle zones. Nice. And I have quite a few players who are kind of out of position now because I stuck my neck out a bit.
Yeah, I didn't even see that play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's troublesome.
Yep, and because of the positionings of both Zanzibar and on the shelf, there's now a little bit of a hole on the right side, which is going to very quickly become occupied by Khorne.
That's like the band or the team, because if it's the band, I'm gonna stop watching this.
The band Khorne has occupied the pitch. There were no survivors.
This actually just went from looking okay to just looking terrible.
Yeah,
this is gonna be really hard to stop.
Again, the thing about running away from your whole squad as Khorne, or as really any team against elves, like, if I can sort of isolate his cage, I have and so there goes Elf on the Shelf. He's served his task admirably, but he's now dead, so rip. If I can separate this cage from the rest of his team and sort of wall them off, then I can, like, it's gonna be really close, but I have a chance to be able to do some stuff.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. It's just, he is in scoring position, and you are down one player. You have like 4 glued up over there with his.
Yep.
I don't know. This could stay pretty difficult for you here. But you're elves, so.
Elves will find a way, always.
Yep. Elves are just giant assholes.
Yeah, they are.
I was about to say, you gotta cover the sideline, though.
Yep, yeah, I'm gonna cover the sideline with the Elven Cheerleader. Not the, because all of his players have horns and frenzy and whatnot, it's not the greatest line of defense in the Elven Cheerleader, but we're gonna see if Veloxyll goes and tries to score this turn, or if he tries to be a little more conservative.
With the Cheerleader where he is, I think you would have to go for either a dodge. Yeah, you'd have to go for a dodge and a double GFI to score this turn if he blitzes the Cheerleader.
Yep.
So, even though he's pretty likely to knock the Cheerleader over if he does blitz it, it's going to be a really bad time for him going for all those rolls.
Yeah, so. If he feels confident in his rolls. Neither of us, well, I used 1 reroll because I was given 1, but neither of us have had to use from our pool of 3 rerolls at this point.
And his Bloodthirster is a giant turd with wings so far this game.
Yeah.
So.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah. Yeah, you actually did manage a pretty good defense here. No! Not again! What the fuck?
It's turn 6. He's tried blitzing 4 times.
3 of them.
3 of them failed. So half of his blitzes. I swear, guys, the Bloodthirster's really good when he's not getting eaten up blitzes. And now, it was pretty obvious that he was going for Suicide Tank to get a bunch of 3DBs and trying to kill him. But the cage is stuck.
75% of the time, it fails every time.
Exactly.
Oh, that's awful.
That's just simple math. So, do you think we can score from here?
Yes.
No, I can't. I just like seeing if
not
you're...
this turn. I'm saying you could score in 2 turns. You can't score this turn, of course.
So it's turn 6. This cage is stuck. I decided we haven't actually really flexed Zanzibar Jones, so I think I'm going to go big.
Definitely go big. Always go big. You have the dragon on your team. He's the avatar of go big.
I throw a good luck block with the dragon.
Nice.
Agility 5, dodging into a cage is, what, a 4+?
Yeah, 3+ with reroll if you have dodge.
I don't have dodge.
Because it's 5 minus 3 into... No, because it is into 3 tackle zones, so it is a 4+, you're right.
So I'm throwing what is essentially a 50-50 with Zanzibar. Oh, and I guess I did spoil it because I'm setting up a little bit here first. But like moving Elven Cheerleader in that position negates the negative assist that would happen. So even if Zanzibar doesn't knock this guy down, which again 50% chance to do so, I'm pushing him into Suicide Tank and I get another shot. Of course, I get the 5.
Wow.
So easy.
What a hero.
Big plays. Zanzibar Jones.
Wow.
1 touchdown from leveling too. Always important to remember.
Yeah, he's going big.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not going home.
So the scatter is less than ideal. Obviously, the plan is to get the ball out to the loose cannon. So the going big, while it was fun, was kind of...
You just double 1DB Frenzy.
Yeah, well, this guy, like, I have block and he doesn't. So...
It's just painful to watch.
If I want to go pick up that ball, I can pick up that ball and then try to throw it to the loose cannon, but that's a lot of dice to roll.
I believe in you.
Do you believe in Elrond?
Yeah, fuck yeah, I believe in Elrond.
Do you believe in the spirit of going big?
Yes. I am the physical embodiment of going big.
Do you think I should go big?
Yes. You always go big.
I think I'm going to try to go big.
Is this a question that you're really asking me?
I'm going bigger.
No. You can't go bigger. That's too big.
Prepare yourself. We're going bigger.
That's too big.
Dodging into a tackle zone.
You can't handle it. Your body's not ready.
3+, a 4+ pass, 2+ catch.
Please intercept it. Oh my god, he went so big!
Elrond Hubbard just went bigger.
Oh wow, Elrond Hubbard is a fucking hero.
So that's what stuff like Nerves of Steel plus agility. So the thread was arguing about giving great skills, like weird skills, to these players to just let me elf it up. But that play right there, going that big, most of those rolls were dodge rolls. So that's why stuff like dodge is...
Oh no. Okay, he gets the POW, thankfully.
Mm-hmm. So, like, even if I, like, the loose cannon has dodge, and the loose cannon is now KO'd. But, like, even if the loose cannon doesn't, even though the loose cannon gets knocked over like this, it's still turn 7, and the ball's still all the way back there, and his whole team is all the way over there.
Yeah, and he is going to have to do a pickup and have to do at least one GFI to have a halfway decent throw to someone that can score.
Yep.
It's not good.
By going that big, I've given up a lot of my important players who are now standing, like, for example, Elven Cheerleader can pretty easily be surfed.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Yeah. I've put a lot of my key players in dangerous situations, but it's all in the spirit of going big, right?
Yeah, I mean, leaving players in surf position for value isn't a bad thing, especially as elves, anyway. You're used to their armor getting broken every time they get hit.
Yeah, exactly.
So... that... I just feel for Veloxyll this game. Right. Because that was some bullshit.
Yeah, getting stuffed so many times by wild animals, not... when you're playing as...
Yeah, it just happens sometimes. It's not ideal. It seems to happen, like, all the time, actually, but I think big guys also have a hidden -2 on top of the negatraits.
It's I can't confirm that.
It's the only thing that makes sense.
So, luckily, Elven Cheerleader doesn't have dodge, which means that she gets, Oh, you can see the actual cheerleader over there on the right. I don't think we've got a good look at the cheerleader yet, but, like... that image will stick with you. So the Elven Cheerleader doesn't have dodge, which means she gets knocked down. I think canonically we're going to say the Elven Cheerleader is a she. That sounds fair, right?
Well, no, Elven Cheerleader, he's like Barry Sanders.
Uh-huh.
Or not Barry Sanders, I meant to say fucking Deion Sanders. Wow.
It's okay.
plays both sides. He's laying on the ground unconscious, and he's a cheerleader.
So he just like, guys, hold on a second. I have to go pump the team up for this big play.
No.
So it looks like Veloxyll, in the spirit of going huge, Veloxyll wants to go really big.
Oh, he so wants to go big. Is his plan the super bomb?
I don't know what his plan is.
I don't think he does either. That's a problem.
So
yes,
like
you go bigger.
He says, "Do you want to go bigger?" Like, yes, I want you to go bigger because I want you to fail. I don't know who he's passing to. I have no clue.
Probably SPM fan. That's a fucking pass.
But I decided to try to intercept the ball with Elrond because yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloodbowl.gif. That was rough.
When going huge goes wrong.
When going huge goes right for you.
When it goes very right for me, yeah, obviously.
I mean, there's always the flip side to going huge. Like, it goes wrong for him, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. But it's going pretty right for you.
And so the ball just got gifted to the dragon. I think it's only fair that we run the rest of our team all the way down here, and now we're all in on the dragon.
Oh, this is the dragon's ball. This is his.
It's his time to shine.
He was born for this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Although, I think you should just grab it and punt the ball?
Okay, so there's all those guys over there on the left I pretty confidently think I've screened off against. I'm paying attention to where Dammit Montreth, the pit fighter is, and obviously the Bloodthirster is going to be a problem, just because the Bloodthirster's a big guy.
Yeah, but he's just gonna, I mean, he's blocked up by Elrond. He can't dodge out with it.
Nope.
And he can't roll higher than a 1, so it's fine.
It is fine.
I think going for it to keep you out of Montreth's range completely.
It's right now Montreth gets 1 dB on me. I don't know why, but I think I just forgot about doing GFIs, but I definitely should have done at least 1, if not 2.
Yeah, you should have gotten completely out of his range.
So Zanzibar unfortunately has to eat another reroll. At this point it doesn't really matter, because like we've done everything we want to do, other than doing 3+2+ with Elrond. But
oh well.
More than just oh well, it's turn 8, but
he can't score.
The Bloodthirster can blitz.
Oh, he's gonna roll a 1 though.
He's probably gonna roll a 1, but he
has 2 chances to roll a 1 here too.
I don't know why. I think I just didn't want Elrond to get punched, so I decided that the 3+2+ with dodge reroll was a lot better.
Why is he doing that first?
I'm not sure.
He's tempting fate.
I guess that's a 3DB now, isn't it? So
it's a 7-on-3. That is true. He blitzed from the wrong angle though.
Front row. I guess he assumed that he was going to be able to knock down the dragon, and the dragon is now down.
The dragon is fucking turned to dust.
The dragon is stunned.
And he can't score.
The dragon can't score now.
And nobody can score.
Nobody?
Oh no, fucking Suicide Tank over there, I guess he can.
Suicide Tank can score.
I don't like the way you say that.
Suicide Tank can score.
I mean, I know it's true, but the way you say it, there's just so much giddy excitement. It's like
I love touchdowns.
I like touchdowns when my team scores them, so the Vikings have conditioned me to not like touchdowns. They don't do that.
That's a real shame. Yeah. So, yeah, obviously Veloxyll can't score this half.
Yeah.
And this is all pretty well locked up.
That's not a good sign for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not a good sign not being able to score on your half and then kicking to elves in the second half.
But he's won the moral victory.
So he's going through my tackle zones to try to mark off Suicide Tank. But do you know who can score?
Suicide Tank can score?
Suicide Tank can score. Do you know who's Agility 5?
Zanzibar Jones.
Zanzibar Jones is Agility 5.
You're way too excited about this bullshit play that I'm about to witness.
Elves are so great. If I was 1 square farther to the right, I could just go pick it up myself and not have to bother with any of these other rolls.
Oh well, this is way cooler though. Mm-hmm. Okay, just do it all in 1 click. Don't be such a puss about it.
Well,
I always do all my moves in 1 click. I don't believe in half measures.
Sometimes it's worth it, but now I have no rerolls. And so, like, at this point, if I roll a 1 on anything...
Well, yeah, but for this sequence of plays, did it matter?
Everything I do is basically a 2+ at this point. So as long as I don't roll ones, it's Zanzibar to Suicide Tank.
Oh, Zanzibar is such a hero.
So I have a little bit of internal conflict. I can never remember if it's better to do the 3+ or do the 2+.
Okay. Well, the 3+ is a 68% chance. The 2+ is back-to-back 84s?
It's a 69% chance. And I decided that rolling the 1 dice, so it's like a 3% chance of difference between the two. Doing the 2+s is actually better.
I always do the 2+s. It sounds like it would be better in my mind.
I wanted to just do 1 roll, and so that's how huge we go.
Well, high cheerleader.
To the...
yeah, that was why did we get a cheerleader?
See you guys for the second half. Oh my god, she's back.
Ah! She looks like Iggy Azalea!